How to be a Stoic. Why are so many people obsessed with Stoicism? I was depressed for over 5 years. Then I began my Stoic journey. A person who thought he would be depressed his entire life, suddenly experiencing a drug-like happiness. Take note that I will make individual, in-depth videos for each of these Stoic concepts. Now let's flow through the video. First, let's start off by quickly clarifying what Stoicism actually is. Simply put, Stoicism is a tool for us to use in order to move away from depression, anxiety, stress, and anger, and toward long-term tranquility, true inner happiness, and inner peace. Stoicism, like myself, is strictly intended to make your life better. Also, being a Stoic doesn't mean having no emotions. And Stoicism isn't this thing you can just absorb one time. It is an ongoing engagement. We are humans, not robots. Memento Mori. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. When we remind ourselves that we will die, it is not to be morbid or lazy, but to be full of gratitude and focus, and without regret. The double handle. Yes, you could leave life right now, but that person could also leave life right now. If it's being angry for 20 minutes, procrastinating, or not talking to your friends or family for hours, or even years, only because you're upset, each of us lives only now, this brief instant. It is irrational to think otherwise. If you were to die right now, would you be satisfied with how you lived your life? From this point on, stop wasting your time. You worrying about other people's opinion, what they say and do and think, judging other people, putting things off to the future. He who is everywhere is nowhere. The practice of Memento Mori is also a reminder for us to accept the good things without arrogance and to let the bad things go with indifference. However awesome your life is, however frustrating it is right now, say Memento Mori. Soon you're going to die. We're all going to die. Relax. Almost nothing is worth stressing about. Your focus. Say no. The ancient Stoics all emphasized this principle. Say no to the things that don't actually matter to you, so you can say yes more to the things that do. Doing those things better. Being able to concentrate every minute on what's in front of you and on freeing yourself from all distractions. Yes, you can. If you were doing everything as if it were the last thing you were doing in your life, and stop being aimless. Stop letting your emotions override what your mind tells you. Most of what we do and say is not essential. If you can eliminate it, you'll have more time and more tranquility. Everyone gets one life. Yours is almost up. So what are some things a Stoic focuses on? For starters, a Stoic focuses on what is in his control, our thoughts and actions. Never concerned with what is outside of his control, which is essentially everything else that occurs. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Second is to know and to follow your purpose in life. Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. No pointless actions. Recognize what is and what is not your responsibility. Figure out what is important to your future. Then strive daily toward improving your character accordingly. And this doesn't mean to neglect your contribution toward being good in the world. A Stoic always contributes toward the common good whenever he can, as best he can. And thirdly, adjust your perception, your expectations on others and on life. The sun doesn't revolve around you. A final friendly reminder that I'm making separate, in-depth videos of all of these Stoic principles and many more. Amor Fati, to love one's fate. We should laugh at life, not cry about it. Understand, the world simply exists as it is. Things or events are not good or bad, nor right or wrong. It is we, with our particular perspectives, who add color to or subtract it from things and people. If you want to be happy, you must change your perception. Don't ask, why me? Treat each and every moment, no matter how challenging, as something to be embraced, not avoided. Your fate is outside of your control, but your actions are within your control. This was meant to happen to you. Realize that people are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them. Perspective is everything. Throw out your misperceptions, and you will be fine. And who's stopping you from throwing them out? Well, besides yourself. Stop blaming others. Give whatever it takes. Accept whatever it gives. Amor Fati. We should laugh at life, not cry about it. Anger. An astounding paradox. Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. We must always see each thing for what it is. Its nature and its purpose. Its nature, well, it's all natural, isn't it? Ask yourself, is a world without annoying people even possible? And its purpose? To provide this opportunity to prove and improve your stoic character. Remember, you always have the option to not let this upset you. You can just let it go. On your stoic path, it can become easy to suppress your anger, thinking you are controlling your emotions. This will turn you into a mess, leading to many regretful actions. Hence, it is important to be aware of this trap and deal with your emotions in a healthy way. Journaling. Don't stress, just start. Even if it's only a little bit a day. And make sure you're journaling properly, or you will just be wasting your time, eventually giving up on this vital ingredient of Stoicism. Even Marcus Aurelius had a personal journal. The famous book, Meditations, which many Stoics study today. Link in description. Intention is everything. Intention is everything. One aspect of journaling is to dig up what was buried inside of you from those moments, or from that situation, not to describe every detail from start to finish. Focus more on your emotional side, and in a way that digs out the disturbance inside yourself before it worsens. I was depressed for over 5 years. Once I began my stoic journey, I would not have left my depression if I had not been journaling. Me, a person who thought he would be depressed his entire life, suddenly experiencing a drug-like happiness. Control your emotions and deal with it in a healthy way, instead of suppressing your emotions. Stoicism and journaling are inseparable. Negative visualization. This is more advanced, so I will be brief. You'll want to also consider the possibility of it all going wrong. Why? Because it is naive, irrational, and illogical to not see the world in both black and white. A Stoic strives to always see the world from a logical and a rational perspective. Doing this will keep you prepared, emotionally and situationally, in case it all goes to hell. Courage, wisdom, justice, and moderation. The 4 pillars of Stoicism. Courage. How do you expect to achieve your goals, or even to live a happy life, if you don't have courage? Even if you need to start small, just start. See, courage is a skill, not a talent. And like all skills, they improve the more you practice them. As Epictetus said, you have to be willing to look stupid. You have to be willing to be embarrassed, because that's how you get where you want to go. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. For wisdom, Seneca tells us that we should find at least one thing to chew on each day. Then we will reach wisdom. Just make sure what you're chewing is the correct flavor. You become what you give your attention to. Epictetus. Justice. A Stoic strives to be good in spite of other people, to be just in the face of injustice, to say only what is true, to stand up for those who can't stand up for themselves. Yes, other people might be committing the injustice, but if you don't say anything, if you just go along with it, then you are complicit in it happening. You have control over your own actions. Align them with justice. moderation. Put your phone down. Don't overindulge with food, drink, and other pleasures. Have self-control. Have self-discipline. And know when to stop. Seek challenge. Life is hard, but in the midst of chaos, there is always opportunity. How can I call myself a Stoic if I never display a Stoic character? And how can I consider my character improved if I never go through any hardship? You want to seek the challenges that will make you better than you are now. Don't focus too much on this part just yet. This is slightly more on the advanced side of Stoicism. Nonetheless, a gem cannot be polished without friction. You are the gem. The obstacle is the way. As I wrap things up, it's worth mentioning that one who has merely embodied all of these Stoic fundamentals is not a Stoic. A true Stoic is one who continually embodies these principles, constantly balancing himself on the rope as he walks through life, knowing that if he falls, he can get back on, because the end isn't when he collides, it's on the other side. So get back on your horse and take the world head on. Subscribe, because I will make your life better.